Good morning, everybody. Come on, y'all. We can do better than that. Good morning, everybody. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I'd like to introduce you to the John Marshall Drumline. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, good morning, everybody, one more time. My name is Beth Mooney. I am a 2016 graduate of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, and I am currently a junior at Cleveland State University studying secondary math education. I'd like to start off just one more time giving it up for this incredible drum line. We also want to give a big thanks to Incognito and Z1079 for joining us this morning. And I'd also like to welcome our scholars from James A. Garfield, as well as the scholars watching us from all across the district, as well as their families and community members. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to introduce you to 3 student leaders from this incredible John Marshall High School. Leah Jeter. Lene Howard. And Jasmine Diaz.
Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well this fine morning. My name is Leah Jeter. I'm 17, and I am a junior attending John Marshall Civic and Business Leadership. I am very excited to find out why we are gathered here today, but in the meantime, I'm honored to welcome you on behalf of Civic and Business Leadership. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jasmine Diaz. I am 17, and I'm honored to represent the School of Engineering as the senior class president. I'm super excited to be here, and we don't know why we're here, but, but we will find out pretty soon, and I'm super honored to be a part of this today.
My name is Lene Howard. Welcome to John Marshall. I would like to get a special shout out to my seniors real quick. Seniors! I don't know why we here today, but I would like to thank everybody for coming. Y'all look all good. Y'all look great. Y'all look great. So how y'all feeling this morning? That's good. That's good. So we're going to find out why we all here soon. Thanks for coming again.
Give another round of applause to our 3 student leaders from John Marshall High School. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eric Gordon, and I am so proud to be the Superintendent CEO of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. To start us off, could we ask our scholars from the James A. Garfield School of Excellence to please stand and give us a big, loud cheer to show that you're here. If you are a John Marshall lawyer, get on your feet. Let's see if you're here. If you are the class of 2019, stand up and show you are here. And to our dignitaries and guests here in the room, this is a pep rally. Get on your feet and show us that you're here. My job today is to start to answer the question that our 3 student leaders asked. Why are we here? First, in order to do that, I have to thank some people who got us here. First, I want to recognize the Board of Education of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District, our Chair, Ann Bingham, our Vice Chair, Robert Hurd, and the members of the board, all of whom are here. If you would please stand and be recognized. We are here today to update the community on something called Say Yes to Education. Say Yes to Education is an effort that this city has been pursuing for over 2 years, and today is an update on our progress. We would not have that progress without a planning committee of local leaders, many of whom are here today. Would the members of the Say Yes Planning Committee please stand and be recognized? The Say Yes strategy is a national strategy supported by tremendous national leadership. Our leader that's been in Cleveland making it his second home is Dr. Gene Chasin, the President and Chief Operating Officer of Say Yes to Education. Gene's commitment, his time, his effort, his guidance, his patience, and his personal commitment are part of the reason we're here today. So I'd like Gene to rise and please be recognized. Also with us from Say Yes is the woman that came with Gene to help us start this on the ground at the beginning, Nadia Del Valle. If Nadia would please stand and be recognized. She kicked this off from us. And finally, not to exclude the many other national leaders from Say Yes, if you would also stand to be recognized, working from New York City and across the nation to help us here today. Would our national Say Yes leaders please be recognized? And most importantly, from our national leadership, the man who designed Say Yes over 30 years ago and who you will meet and hear from later, Mr. George Weiss is with us. Please recognize George. And nothing moves in a city unless the city and the county leadership move it. And we are so, so pleased to be strongly supported by great collaborative partnership with County Executive Armond Budish and Mayor Frank Jackson, City of Cleveland, if both could be recognized as well. So why are we here? So over 7 years ago, 7.5 years ago, I became honored to lead this district, and I made a commitment to this community that we could improve achievement in Cleveland, even in a city that has the single highest childhood poverty in our nation. And we have done it. We are not where we need to be, but when we started, we were dead last in Ohio. We were 8 out of 8 in urban districts in Ohio. Today, we rank 3rd with only Akron and Cincinnati outperforming Cleveland. For our youngest scholars in K through 3, we were dead last. Today, we outperform 112 other districts in the state of Ohio on K through 3 literacy improvement. For our middle school and high school students, our test scores were dead last. Today, they are growing at twice the rate of the state average, twice as fast as your peers statewide. When I started in Cleveland, less than half of our students would have graduated high school. Today, our graduation rate has increased 22.5 percentage points, making us the 3rd fastest improvement out of 612 districts in Ohio. And today, if you are a Black or Hispanic student, you are more likely to graduate high school if you attend a Cleveland high school than your Black and Hispanic peers statewide. You outperform the trends in Ohio. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's not enough. Our kids in our community deserve more. And we have shown that poverty does not have to dictate improvement. But we also know that the impacts of communities that don't have the resources they need and deserve impact our ability to grow as quickly as we deserve to grow. And so I made 2 other commitments in those early days. One, we have to put wraparound services in our school. And starting in Slavic Village and moving across our city, we have put wraparound services in about 1/4 of our schools, but not all of them. Those are services like tutoring and after-school program and summer programming and mental health and legal clinics and physical health clinics and anything that gets in the way from you being in school and learning your best every day. Anything that gets in the way of my teachers, our educators, being able to teach you every day. We have to finish that commitment. And while our graduation rates have gone up 22.5 percentage points, and our kids are going to college needing less remediation than ever before, 16% less of you will go. And that's unacceptable. And that's often because you don't have the resource to go. And so we have to change that. And so Say Yes to Education is our community-wide effort to find a way to bring the resources to our kids and our families as they're going through school to achieve at their highest potential so that my student scholars can learn and my teachers can teach, and to ensure that when you do so, you will have the resources to go to college. And today we're here to update you on our progress toward that goal. So that's what it is, but we all know a picture says more, a picture says 1,000 words. So I'm going to ask you to look at the video screens, and we're going to roll a video that really tells you what Say Yes is. Please roll the video.
What Say Yes is about is raising expectations and giving these kids hope.
Say Yes to Education takes cities like Cleveland and invest in the social services and support systems that students and families need throughout their birth through college experience over the course of a generation.
Say Yes is a program that really allows for us to do what everyone says should be done, and that is bring all of the resources that we have to bear to address the needs of the children and their families and community.
It makes the community really partners with our schools. We've seen this on our corrective action schools where we really tried to dig down and get the community connected to those investment schools. This really takes it to a level that's really citywide and can benefit every one of Cleveland's kids.
When students are receiving the assistance they need, targeted for their own unique situation all the way through school, they're going to be better prepared for post-secondary and with the family belief that they can go.
Say Yes to Education is our community coming together and providing great kind of wraparound services for our children all the way from pre-K through the 12th grade, and giving them every opportunity to go on after the 12th grade for a credential, a 2-year degree, or a 4-year degree, and know at that point that there's money available for them to do that.
What we need is an educated workforce. So Say Yes is all about building our own local human capital to fill desperately needed jobs that already exist. And so it's a no-brainer.
Really, the pathway out of poverty is education. Because people want to be self-sustaining. They want to work.
That's what this is all about. It's about making sure that our kids get the education and training that they need so that they can be successful throughout their lives.
If you give someone the tools to have a good life and, take care of their families, and that branches out into the community, right? Once you can take care of home, then you can take care of other people in the community, you can help them out. So this program, while it's great for the students, it will come back and help Cleveland as a community.
We graduate 2,000 kids a year, and less than half of those kids will go on to college. And of that group, only about a quarter of them will graduate. So we take a group that started out at 2,000, and suddenly we're down to about 200, 250 kids who get a degree. When they have that degree, they're in deep, deep debt, and so they spend their time trying to get out of that debt. What if every one of those kids had a scholarship, 2,000 scholarships? And what if those kids that finished that didn't end up having massive debt at the end of it? What would those kids contribute?
That would be like the best thing ever. I feel like that's like one of the main problems of picking schools is a big financial issue. So getting offered something like that would be great.
Our commitment is not just to provide the dollars and then leave the student to their own volition. The uniqueness of this program is the partnership that is going to work really hard to make sure that the student makes it through.
The services plus the promise of a scholarship means that college isn't just a long shot for these students, it's a real opportunity.
I believe very strongly that it will produce not only productive citizens who are members of our workforce, but individuals that also can take on important leadership roles in our community.
This is an investment in people that will grow up and become citizens that will help advance this region even further.
The students that come out of CMSD are students who have the world against them. Having those social emotional supports and academic advising, and then adding on to that with scholarships at the end, I think we continue to hear it's a game changer in Cleveland. It's going to be a game changer in Cleveland. I absolutely believe that.
My daughter graduated last year, and her grandparents, seeing the look on their face and seeing everybody that attended her graduation and how proud they were, I want that for every child.
As a parent, Say Yes means a quality education for my child. And I think that's one of the most important things to make him a successful citizen in our society in the future.
The reason why college is important was due to my mom. You know, growing up, I barely saw her because she had to juggle her job, home, and college. So I want to get a great job for when I come back. I'll be able to help her just like she did to me. And for my future kids, do the same for them, and knowing how important it is, education.
What's going to be good for our future is to have every child be relevant and every child be a contributor. And then when that happens, you'll see significant improvement in the future.
Good morning. Thank you. I am so thrilled to be here. I am Margot Copeland, and I am with KeyBank. And thank you. KeyBank, yes, all right. Thank you very much. I got on my KeyBank red jacket. All right, thank you very much. This is a special day. It's well, first of all, how many of you have ever been to a surprise birthday party? Right. And how many of you have been the recipient of the surprise? You didn't know your friends, your family was going to do it, right? Well, this is a surprise party for you today, so it's a special day. And we have special news for you today, and it's my job to introduce to you a very special man. I want you to remember where you are, whether you're sitting in this room or you're watching us, live streaming us, watching us in your classrooms. I want you to remember January 18th. And I want you to remember, if you forget all the rest of the people who are here, remember where you were at this time on January 18th. And I want you to also remember George Weiss. George Weiss is from New York, New York. He had a vision. He has great heart and great caring, and he knows so many things about what it's like to have to be challenged as you grow up. He knows what a good education did for his life and how it transformed his life. And now that he is a very successful Wall Street businessman in New York, he's taken his wealth and invested it in over 130,000 students like you around the United States. So today, this special day, this special moment, I'm pleased to introduce you to Mr. George Weiss.
Hello, Cleveland. Tell you what a great day it is to be in the wonderful city of Cleveland. And some of the older folks here, anybody remember that song about why, oh, why did I ever leave Ohio? Does anybody remember that song? Okay, I'll save you the experience of having me sing it to you. But it's really about, somebody leaving the wonderful state of Ohio, wandering around for years, and finally coming back to the wonderful state of Ohio. Well, folks, that's me. I was born in Akron, Ohio, a few years back. In fact, LeBron and I were about 6 blocks apart. I think he has a little bit more skills on the hoops than I do. So I was born in Akron, 6 months, lived the first 6 months of my life in Cleveland, Ohio. And my mom's whole family was from Cleveland. 2 of my relatives are sitting in the front row. And I can tell you, it's great to be back home again. This is a really tough crowd. As it was mentioned earlier, 32 years ago, okay, we started Say Yes. And what is Say Yes about? It's about hope. It's raising expectations for the young students here and throughout the city. And as also mentioned earlier, this grew to 130,000 kids, 13,000 Say Yes students have gone on to college. But let me tell you how Say Yes started. I was a sophomore at the University of Pennsylvania. And the university asked us to host a Christmas party for a group of inner city kids. And there were 12 of them, and they were in a gang called the 12 Apostles. So after the Christmas party, I became friends with these 12 kids, and they'd come over to the fraternity house, shoot some pool. I'd go down to their settlement house in South Philadelphia, shoot some hoops with them, not very well. And so we maintained this friendship. I was 19 years of age, they were 12, so obviously there was a 7-year age difference. So we maintained contact even after I graduated college, and finally, in my mid-20s, and I actually was relatively poor growing up, and in my mid-20s I finally had enough money, and I invited these kids to lunch. And over the years we had talked about their siblings in jail, their sisters getting pregnant. We never once talked about staying in school. So at lunch, I go around the table, all 12 of these kids graduated high school, and I'm a pretty emotional guy, and I started tearing up. And one of the kids turns to me, his name was Peaches. I don't think he particularly liked that name as he got older. But and he turned to me and said, "George, we couldn't look you in the eye if we dropped out of school." So at that exact moment, I just made a silent pact with God. If he ever gave me the financial wherewithal to make a difference in this life, I would do it, and I would do it in the form of education. Hence, Say Yes to Education. The crowd's getting better. You guys are coming alive. The last fall, my associate and I had an opportunity to come to this wonderful city, and everybody kept telling me why Cleveland needs Say Yes to Education, and it's really it's kind of interesting. And somebody told me, and I'm not a big rock and roll fan, but Cleveland is the home of rock and roll. Is that correct? Well, let me tell you, Cleveland rocks. As I said, rock and roll is really not my thing, but some of you may know the form of rap. Anybody know that, that style of music called rap? And in my previous life, I was a rapper. And you may remember my name, Vanilla Weiss. I'm not going to rap today. I retired. What's interesting is Say Yes, as we said, have been doing this a lot of years. 20 cities, okay, were in the final list to be the next, Say Yes chapter. And I got to tell you, Cleveland just kicked butt. Only one city was presented to the board to be the next city. And that's really an amazing accomplishment for all the hard work that the people in this podium and the citizens of Cleveland have done. So I got a question for you. Cleveland, are you ready? Are you ready? Very good. Okay, I'm here to tell you something, and it's a very, very exciting time for me and for the board to Say Yes. We stand with 117 private colleges that are going to offer every student in the public school system of Cleveland, Ohio, free college tuition. is very important, excuse me, that was a great response. You guys finally woke up. The interesting thing is this also is available to the seniors starting this June. No student in the city of Cleveland has no excuse for not kicking butt in the classroom. But of equal importance, okay, and I'll reiterate that, of equal importance, the great people of Cleveland have raised an amazing endowment to ensure that every student in the city of Cleveland, in the public school system, that wants to go to trade school, junior college, or state universities also has won that great prize of a free college tuition. Being I'm not real computer illiterate, but there is a website up today that I ask you all to go on, which is Say Yes Cleveland, that will really enunciate all the details of what I've discussed today, including those 117 colleges that are standing with you. I would just like to end by saying, God bless everybody, God bless the city of Cleveland.
Guys, everybody. How incredible is that? How incredible is that? Come on! Yes. As a student at Cleveland State University, I can tell you, this is big for each and every one of you. It's insane. It's insane, and it truly is going to be a great thing for this city and for each and every one of you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome the man on the ground that has been with us for a pretty long time now, Gene Chasin. He is the president of Say Yes to Education.
Good morning. I've been asked to talk to you about why Say Yes to Education thinks Cleveland is a great choice to be our next chapter. And I'm going to ask you to take a minute and look at the stage, because what you are seeing is something that doesn't happen in this country. On this stage is the leadership from your city, from the school district, from city government, from county government, union leadership, faith-based leaders, higher education leaders, all sitting on this stage. These people have worked together for the last 2.5 years to ensure we get to this point. These people are dedicated to see that your hopes and dreams are fulfilled. This is not just about you seniors going on to college with support. This is about future generations of students having the supports they need in order to ensure they're successful. We believe Cleveland is a great choice, and we have never seen partnership like you see on this stage. Thank you very much.
I'd now like to introduce the mayor of the city of Cleveland, Honorable Mayor Frank Jackson.
Good morning. And how are you this morning? You know, I want to congratulate the school district, the board, and particularly the students on winning the Say Yes for Education. Congratulations. But I want to thank all those who made it possible. You know, there's a lot of hard work that goes into making good things happen. And this would not have happened without the hard work of Say Yes, many other people that I cannot name, there's so many, and all the funders, the people who have committed dollars to ensure that you have scholarship money to go to college once you graduate. You know, in Cleveland, everything that we've done and been successful at, we've done as a community, one community. And I can remember some years back when we started the Cleveland Plan. Democrats came together, Republicans, business leaders, the unions, the philanthropic, the public sector, the private sector, everybody came together in order to make it happen. And Say Yes for Education is the right thing at the right time for Cleveland, for Cleveland Public Schools, and for you. But it is only possible because, again, we came together as a community who puts all of its efforts, its resources, talents into ensuring that you have this opportunity. So again, thank everyone who made it possible, and congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
I said good morning, John Marshall. If you like the word free, let me hear you say truly. All right. Vanilla Weiss. Thank you, sir. That's amazing. Free college tuition. Make some noise for yourself if you're going to graduate and take advantage of that. All right. I go by the name of Incognito Z1079, posted on the corner. I'm going to introduce some prestige guests. Shout out to everyone on this stage. Thank you all for playing an intricate part of making these students' life go to the next level and affecting their lifetime. Thank you so much for that. So without further ado, I have an executive from Cuyahoga County. Make some noise for Armond Budish.
Good morning, everybody. So this is a big deal. This is one of the biggest, most transformative things our community has ever done. There aren't many communities in the entire country that have made a promise like this to their kids. Our children are our future, and this Say Yes program will propel our kids, it'll propel you to success in the future. So this is, you can ooh, it's good. So this is a terrific day for our kids here in Cuyahoga County. Lots of our school children, many of you, see post-secondary school, whether that's college or community college or a technical or vocational school, many see that as a pipe dream, as something for other kids. Say Yes changes all that. It gives you the guarantee, not just the hope, but the guarantee that you will have the support you need to finish high school and the money you need to go on to get further education. We are setting you up on a path that should enable you to qualify for the many jobs that we have open right here now in Northeast Ohio. And I know from talking to a lot of business leaders that they're having a hard time filling open positions. And yet every single day, we in the county see people who desperately need jobs and want jobs to overcome the challenges that they have in life, but they don't have the education or skills to get them. It's a terrible disconnect, one that could end up leaving our residents and our community behind as other cities and counties grow and expand. Say Yes closes that gap. We at the county are proud to be a key partner in this initiative. And it's not just about scholarships. The scholarships are important, money's important, but we'll be helping to provide those wraparound services for the kids in their schools. The county's the major funder of health and human services. With Say Yes, we can make sure we're giving you the very best supports that we possibly can. I'm so proud of all of the people on this stage and our entire community. When there is a challenge to be met, we find a way to come together and to make a difference. We're here for you, and we won't let you down. Thank you.
Make some noise for Mr. Budish. One more time. One more time. Now, if you like money, say yes. Next to the stage, I need you all to give a warm welcome for Miss Beth Mooney, the CEO of Key Bank.
If this isn't a great day, I don't know what one looks like. But I will tell you that we are here today because we are announcing something that I think is going to change our community, change lives, and to all of us, we did it because we care about each other and we care about our communities, and we're doing good. And I want to say, George Weiss, you are a godsend. Thank you so much. But I'm going to talk a little bit about that future of yours, because I like to say, with every opportunity comes an obligation. So what's your obligation in all of this? It's to do your best, set your sights on your future, work hard in school, and have tenacity and dare to dream big. Because I will tell you and encourage you that if you pursue your passions, you're serious about your schoolwork, you chart a path to a trade, a vocation, or a college education, it's your choice. I want you to go at it with everything you've got. And I promise you that that hard work will pay off. So I said, with every opportunity comes an obligation. We on this stage have an obligation as well, and I do on behalf of our business community. And I'm going to tell you, as the CEO of Key Bank and representing all the businesses in Cleveland, we will tell you that when you're done, there's a place for you in our companies. So this is a great day for Cleveland, for you, our students, our families, and we can't thank you enough for your being here today. We wish you every success, every happiness. Dream those big dreams and build that bright future and be part of our community. We are with you and we are waiting for you.
Make some noise for Miss Mooney. One more time. One more time. CEO of Key Bank. Hey, hello, somebody. Next to the stage, good friend, Mr. Geoffrey Gund of the Gund Foundation. Make some noise.
I'm so glad to be here on this wonderful day. It's just fantastic for the city of Cleveland and to celebrate the launch of Say Yes. Congratulations to the city and to the school district for being named a Say Yes City. I grew up in Cleveland but moved to New York, where I taught history, law, and economics at high school level for 35 years. And thank you. It's great to be reminded here today of the energy of so many high school students. All you students and all the students across the district deserve and need to have the opportunity to go to college. That's why you're here at the new John Marshall schools, working hard. And it's why Say Yes to Education is here to help send you to college or other post-secondary training. Because of Say Yes, all of you in this room have the chance to follow your dreams to a level that might not otherwise be possible. But Say Yes is not just important to you individually. It is vitally important to the city of Cleveland and the Northeast Ohio region. Without strong schools, we will not have a thriving center city, and without a thriving center city, we cannot and will not have a robust region. The quality of our schools, real and perceived, is a major factor in whether people move to Cleveland and stay here to raise a family. You know what some people don't realize, that you can get a great education in Cleveland schools. We do have strong schools in Cleveland. You can come to John Marshall and study information technology or engineering or civic and business leadership and graduate with a plan for your future. You are proof that Cleveland schools are worth the investment. What you do here and what you do when you graduate will change perceptions about Cleveland schools, and that will attract and retain families in our city. You have a tremendous opportunity. The Gund Foundation and individual Gund family members have made significant pledges to the Say Yes Scholarship Fund because we believe in you and your classmates all across the district. Thank you.
Make some noise for Mr. Geoffrey Gund one more time. All right, it's a Best Friend Friday. If you're in here with your best friend, make some noise for your best friend.
Post it on the corner, on the corner, on the corner.
Now, you might have another best friend. Look at your other best friend and say, you better. John Marshall Lawyers, on behalf of Z1079 and myself personally, I just want to tell you all that I'm proud of you. I want you to continue to follow your dreams. And if you look around, you'll see a lot of cameras in here. That's because you all are a star. So make sure you put your smile on front of that camera before you leave, okay? All right. Another honorary guest I would like to introduce to you at this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the Chief Executive Officer of the Cleveland Foundation, Mr. Ronn Richard.
I am so happy and so honored to be with all of you this morning to celebrate this landmark day for our community and a life-changing day for all of you and so many across this city. It's taken a village, in our case, an entire city, to get to where we are today. Before we could be named an official Say Yes chapter, we were tasked with a great deal of planning and preparation. This included raising 60% of the $125 million we needed to fund the scholarships. I've been grateful to work alongside the members of Cleveland's Path to Say Yes fundraising committee, who are listed on the screen behind me, as well as the distinguished colleagues that I share the stage with today. I'd like to recognize two members of the fundraising committee who couldn't be here today, but who've worked so hard for you. Paul Clark of PNC Bank, who's been a remarkable leader in the effort to raise money for Say Yes, and Albert Ratner, a longtime civic leader and champion for young people in our community. Of course, I want to acknowledge also Jean Chasin, who you met, President and COO of Say Yes to Education, and of course, Eric Gordon, our wonderful CEO of Cleveland Metropolitan School District. Eric and Jean worked side by side with the fundraising committee to solicit donations. So I want you to know, with all the other things that your school CEO, Eric Gordon, had to do every day, he was also running around with all of us raising money for this. So I want you to understand and appreciate that. I have to say, I've just been stunned by the generosity of those who quickly and confidently stepped up to support Cleveland's Path to Say Yes. 48 individuals, families, corporations, and organizations across Greater Cleveland, whose names are listed on the screen behind me, have made inaugural gifts in support of our local Say Yes Scholarship Fund. They're the reason why we could be here today to celebrate this. Thanks to the vision and caring of these generous donors, now you get to hear the number. I'm pleased to announce that together, so far, we have raised more than $88.4 million. More than $88.4 million to realize our shared vision of making Cleveland the next Say Yes chapter. And that $88.4 million does not even include an additional $15 million from Mr. George Weiss himself. So give it up for... So for those doing the math, that's not 60% of the $125 million, it's more than 70%. And the fact that we've gone above and beyond the fundraising required to become a Say Yes City says a lot. And if money could talk, these more than $88.4 million have a clear message for all of you in this room and watching on the streaming. This money and the community of supporters behind it. The message is Cleveland believes in you. The amount we've raised in support of Say Yes is unprecedented, but we're not finished yet. To do this right, we still need to raise another $36.6 million. We need more partners to help us do this and cross the fundraising line so that we can ensure scholarships for every graduate of Cleveland Public Schools for the next 25 years. That's 2 generations of Cleveland families for whom we can open every possible door. To anyone who knows that Cleveland is home to young people who, given the chance, will go on to save lives, create jobs, make great art, or spark an idea that can change Cleveland and the world, I urge you to join the Say Yes fundraising campaign. To those who've already supported the effort, people on the stage, some people in the audience here, and some that couldn't make it, I thank you. You embody the best qualities of this community, and I know your example will inspire others to see the potential right in front of us. And finally, to the students in the audience, I want to encourage you, make the most of this amazing opportunity. Today, you join the company of students in just 3 other American communities that have been offered these scholarships. You deserve this, but you need to say yes to your own futures. Okay? We can open the door, but it's your job to unlock the rest of your future. I encourage you to dream big, discover your interests, and work hard to achieve your goals. We're really counting on you, and we're rooting for you. And I want to close with something that's not in my script. One of the key ingredients you know in your success are the amazing teachers of the Cleveland Public School System. So I'd like to end by give it up for your teachers. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our John Marshall cheerleaders. Let's give another round of applause for this incredible cheerleading team, y'all. And how incredible is that? Over $88.4 million raised for you all already. Incredible. The fundraising that has happened, the fundraising that will happen over the coming months and years, as well as the incredible effort by all of our leaders in the city of Cleveland, they all share a common thread, and that is the belief in each and every one of you and your success. As a Say Yes chapter, we're saying yes to more than just scholarships. We're saying yes to identifying and addressing systemic issues which plague the day-to-day lives of our scholars and their families. We're saying yes to cultivating a culture in Cleveland which values every citizen. We're saying yes to building a pathway out of poverty. We're saying yes to a bright future, which not only affords urban students opportunities, but pushes us far beyond the status quo to believe and understand that our society becomes truly great when urban students, Cleveland's students, are future leaders and policymakers. Today and every day, we believe in the promise of this great city, and thus we believe in the promise of its youngest citizens. We are saying yes to a greater Cleveland for each and every one of you. And so today we implore you to say yes with us, because your voice, your hopes, and your dreams are all part of the plan. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Gene Chasin, who will share some more updates from Say Yes to Education.
As our program draws to a close today, I have a few important announcements. First, I want to encourage students and families to visit the Say Yes Cleveland website, sayyescleveland.org, which is where you will find eligibility criteria for the scholarships, the various categories of scholarships, and for students graduating this spring, how to apply. Those are important details that you'll want to seek out. Second thing I want to share with you concerns the Say Yes National Higher Education Compact. It is a partnership that includes private colleges and universities located not just here in Ohio, but in 25 other states and the District of Columbia. Those partner colleges not only stand with Say Yes communities, but also provide scholarships to high school students in Say Yes communities who are admitted through the regular application and admission process. I'm happy to announce this morning that 14 additional private colleges and universities are joining our compact for a total of 117. Nine of those new private college partners are located right here in Ohio. And here are those Ohio schools: Ashland University, Baldwin Wallace University, Case Western Reserve University, the College of Worcester, John Carroll University, Notre Dame College, Ohio Northern University, Ohio Wesleyan University, and the University of Dayton. We have a number of senior leaders from those institutions in attendance with us today, and I would like to ask them to stand and please join me in a round of applause thanking them for their partnership. I also want to share that several years ago, before Cleveland had submitted a proposal to become a Say Yes partner city, there were 3 private colleges in Ohio that joined the Say Yes National Higher Education Compact, and I want to recognize them now: Denison University, Kenyon College, and Oberlin College. In addition to the 9 private colleges and universities in Ohio, we've got 3 historically black colleges and universities that I'm pleased to announce as partners in the Say Yes Higher Education Compact: Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina, Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia, and Paul Quinn College in Dallas, Texas. Finally, we have 2 additional colleges to welcome to the compact: Alfred University in upstate New York and Whitman College in Walla Walla, Washington. You can find the full list of the partners serving Say Yes Cleveland on the Say Yes Cleveland website. One additional announcement tied to that: if students and parents want to visit some of those partner colleges, we receive a limited number of travel vouchers from our partners at Southwest Airlines, and I want to take a moment to thank Southwest Airlines for their partnership with Say Yes and its communities. Finally, I have the privilege to introduce you to the inaugural Executive Director of Say Yes Cleveland. I'm happy to say it's someone well known to many of you in Cleveland: Diane Downing. Diane is currently Senior Vice President and Director of Corporate Affairs for Huntington Bank. She served as Chief Operating Officer of the Host Committee for the Republican National Convention. She served as Cleveland District Director for United States Senator Voinovich, as Vice President and Stadium Operations Director for the Cleveland Browns, as Project Manager for the construction of the new Cleveland Browns Stadium, and she served on the staffs of Mayor White and Mayor Voinovich. Please join me in welcoming Diane. Finally, I want to offer my heartiest congratulations to the entire Cleveland community and to the leadership of Cleveland for what they have accomplished in a short 2.5 years.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Chris Gorman from Key Bank.
It's great to be here. What an awesome morning. George, thank you. To the students, congratulations on what is the beginning of just an incredible journey. And before I turn it back over to Eric Gordon to wrap things up today, I have a request of the adults in the room. You've heard the community has come together in a unique way, individually and collectively, because we believe in each one of these students. These students are destined for great things, and this is in fact just the beginning. Now we need those of us who live and work in this community to come together in a powerful way to support our children. One thing every adult in this room can do and encourage others to do as importantly is to sign up to be a mentor to our first class of graduates. Make sure one of the information cards being distributed by the staff of College Now Cleveland, which is administering both the scholarship and the mentoring programs for Say Yes to Cleveland. So if those folks would raise their hand, they're walking around with cards for people to sign up. On behalf of Key Bank and the Say Yes committee members, I would like to say thank you to all the community members, philanthropic, business, nonprofit, government, and many individuals who are here with us today who have helped us get to this point. And I know many, many more who will be joining us on this great journey that we're all on together. And now, a big thanks, and I want to turn it over to our Master of Ceremonies and the man, Eric Gordon.
Has it sunk in yet? Feels like a dream, doesn't it? A scholarship for every graduate that wants to go on to education for the next 25 years. I know we've been here for a little over an hour. I want to just say a couple of key things to close. First, I told you when I started today's conversation that 7.5 years ago I made a promise to my kids, the educators that serve my kids, and my kids' families and caregivers. Those who know me well know that I don't believe in no-win situations. And so I knew that someday, because of what I know about Cleveland, and I tell people across the country there is not another city that will make a promise and keep it like this. But I knew 7.5 years ago that Cleveland would keep that promise. Dreams do come true. I want Matt to come up. I want to tell you, I haven't cried yet. I might. I want to tell you my story, and I want to tell you why Matt is standing next to me. I met Matt at his high school graduation. He didn't know I was going to be there. He was his class president, and he was talking about his dream of being an educator, going to get his education degree because he wanted to be the CEO of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. I literally stuffed my card in his cap and gown pocket as he was picking up his diploma, and I'm holding him to that. But the reason it's important is Matt is a first-generation college-going student. I also am a first-generation college-going student. My mom and my stepdad worked 2 jobs each, 4 jobs, to take care of my brother, my sister, and me, and didn't have the opportunity to be engaged because of the things that kept them away from school. And the only reason I actually ended up going to college is because I got a note from my counselor that I probably wasn't college material and I probably needed to find a vocation that didn't include college. And fortunately, it made my mother really, really mad, and she went to school. But I want you to know that a first-gen student can be the CEO of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. Because dreams, today, we are guaranteeing that your dream can come true. I told Mr. Weiss yesterday, this is his dream, say yes to education. And I told him we're going to make his dream come true in a way he has never seen in 31 years of Say Yes to Education. To everybody in this room, watching the live stream or not able to be with us, there is no way I can thank you for what you've done, but I guarantee you that for the next 25 years, these students will thank you in what they're going to do because of what you've done. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations for becoming Say Yes Cleveland. Matt, close us out.
Check, check. John Marshall. Y'all give it up for George Weiss one more time. George, George, George.
And I get the honor of closing this thing out. So I want to say thank you to all of our John Marshall lawyers for joining us today. I want to say thank you to our scholars from James A. Garfield for joining us today as well. And all of our scholars and families and community members from across the city of Cleveland for joining us today on live stream. Thank you very much. Today is a historic day in the city of Cleveland. Remember January 18, 2019, because it is going to mean so much for us as we continue on in the future. It is going to be an absolutely incredible effort that we've done here, and I'm so very proud to be a part of becoming a Say Yes chapter. Students, you will be leaving today with a Say Yes Cleveland drawstring bag today, as well as a card which has some more information about our scholarships. All of those watching us as well, you can visit sayyescleveland.org to get the most up-to-date information. Again, this is a community rallying around each and every one of you and your success. So bask in that glory, because today we are a Say Yes city, and your future is the best thing that can happen today and every day for the city of Cleveland and for each and every one of you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.